Welcome to the Food Science Snob. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Food Science Snob. Well, guys, I did it. I graduated from college yesterday, actually. I had this big celebration with my family and friends on Zoom, and it was a really great way to do graduation because I didn't have to sit down at the auditorium for 3 hours and listen to some boring speeches or whatever. And family members who might not have been able to make the trip before, I was able to see them on Zoom. So it was a really great way to celebrate this monumental thing in my life. I mean, literally from like kindergarten, this is the day that you talk about and you think about and you dream about, and now I'm here, and it honestly feels weird. I feel like I should have a test or something to study for, or like homework to do, but no, there's nothing. I'm done, and it's such a, like, I don't know. I feel stressed that I had nothing to stress about. Does any other college graduate out there feel that way? Is this feeling ever gonna go away? I don't know. But looking back at yesterday, the thing that really stands out to me is the food. I mean, we had some great barbecue, some ribs, some pulled pork, some really great potatoes, but the cheesecake, oh my gosh. The cheesecake, it was so good. It had chocolate-covered strawberries on top, and then we had apples that were filled with cheesecake and had, like, caramel and chocolate and Snickers on top. It was delicious, y'all, and it got me thinking, like, why do all social events, even virtual ones, include food? Well, the best way that I think I can describe this to you is food is what a good song is to a movie. You know, it sets the tone. It makes it memorable. It's not always the most obvious thing that you see, but it creates the ambience. You know, whether it's catching up with a friend for coffee, relaxing over brunch, indulging in a long lunch, or bonding at barbecue, almost all of these events around food. And they're all events that people participate in quite frequently. But why is this? Well, let's get snobby. Okay, so obviously we eat food because we need to live. It's what gives us the nutrients that we need for our bodies to grow. Yes, but there's also other reasons that we eat. You know, we eat when we're happy, sad, bored, depressed, lonely. That is called emotional eating. Emotional eating is when we turn to food for comfort or stress relief or to reward ourselves. And when we tend to reach for junk food or sweets or other unhealthy foods. I know personally I have this really bad habit of like working out and then I'll go eat a brownie because I worked off the calories that brownie would be, which is something I need to stop, or else I'm never going to see the results I'm looking for in my workouts, but that's for a different episode. Anyways, you know, whether you're sad and you're reaching for that ice cream, or you're feeling down and you order a pizza, or you're just bored and you're eating chips while watching a TV show. These are all things people do, not necessarily to fill a stomach need, but to fill an emotional need. And besides that, people also eat for social needs. You know, whenever you have friends or family over, usually the go-to thing to do is to offer them a food or a snack or a drink at least. I mean, it's basically like engraved into our culture that gathering at a table and uniting as friends and family is an important aspect of life and of celebrations and just something that we do as humans. Because when we celebrate these really big events like graduation, it's with people that we love and trust, or people that we're trying to get to know better. And food is a very powerful element to help bring these people together. I mean, just the smell of food alone, like cinnamon, can bring you back to your grandma's favorite cookies that she would make on Christmas. So yeah, food and celebrations really do go hand in hand, and they really do help to unite people and give people a common thing to bond over. Food is a way to bring people from all over the world together at one table. And Why is food so important for these celebrations? Well, there are a few reasons I can think of. The first one is that usually we save like the best tasting food for these events like Christmas, graduation, birthday parties, and we normally wouldn't eat these foods at other times because they might be pretty unhealthy if we did. I know, for example, my family, they make this really good mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. It's got like 10 different cheeses, some I can't even pronounce, a whole bunch of butter. It's really not the best for you, but it tastes so good, and something I look forward to every Thanksgiving. Another reason is because as humans, we just naturally like to fellowship with people, and usually, especially nowadays, I feel like more people are not taking their eating seriously. They're just cooking a TV dinner and watching TV, watching Netflix, mindless eating. But when we eat together with friends and family, it's usually for like these big celebratory moments, and it's filled with good food, good conversation, maybe alcohol if you're of age, and just making some nice memories and experiences that we normally wouldn't have on the day-to-day basis. I mean, maybe this is just like a movie thing that I've seen, but I feel like most business deals are made over like really fancy dinners with really fancy drinks at really fancy restaurants. I don't know if that happens in real life, but at least in the movies, it's a thing. So food is a great way to like kind of level the playing field. And it also helps create new connections, and it's an easy way to make connections with people. So yeah, sharing meals really helps to build and strengthen relationships. Another reason is because these celebratory meals are usually of higher quality and usually have a kind of pricey cost associated with them. I mean, maybe it's not cost, maybe it's time, but something usually is. It's more than what you would do on a normal basis. It's more time, more food, more money, something that helps to create this really great experience that we have at these social events. And lastly, it's just like human nature to want to share and to share food. I mean, even like way back in the ancient times when hunters would go kill a wild beast and then they would cook it and share it with the village. It's something that we've been doing for a very long time. I mean, the Bible says to break bread with others and to help forge relationships, bury anger, provoke laughter. I mean, even kids from like young age will make mud pies to share their love, or have fake tea parties, or trade snacks with friends. It's something that people it's like an unspoken rule that people know from a very young age. Food creates bonds. And food creates bonds. They help to celebrate, they help bring people together. There's a lot of emotional connection to food that I don't think people realize, and it's what makes food so great, honestly, that it's so impactful on your life, and it's such an important part of your life. I mean, having those 3 square meals a day is such a fundamental aspect of life that's often overlooked, but at these celebratory times, it really is the most important thing. It's bringing you back to the basics, and it's helping you realize what's important, which is all celebrations really are trying to do. So, to make a long story short, food is basically the glue of all of these social events, whether you realize it or not. But besides that, there's a lot of emotional health and physical health aspects that socializing over food can do for you. For example, when you're taking the time to talk and eat, you're not eating like in a rushed pace or on the go, which helps to improve your digestion of that food. It also instills a sense of relaxation and feeling of content when you're taking time to enjoy your meal. And also, it can open you up to new experiences. Maybe you're going to a new restaurant in a new part of town with a friend that you normally wouldn't go to, or is out of your comfort zone than you would normally do. It allows us to bond together over pleasurable events. I know a lot of people think that in order to really bond with someone or to know someone, you have to go through something sad or traumatic with them. But that's not true. You can bond just as well through pleasurable events, through food. And honestly, it gives us something to look forward to. I mean, I know my little sister, she keeps asking Siri when her birthday is or how many days until her birthday because she's looking forward to having that celebratory time of eating cake and ice cream and things that she doesn't eat on a normal day. So it also gives structure to days. I mean, knowing that you're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner creates some sort of stability in our lives, which is something that I think we need now when every day can look so different from the next and everything is so uncertain. At least we know we're going to have food, you know? Consider this myth slayed. So yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. These are the reasons that I think food is so important to social events and why it's something so memorable and something that everyone talks about even after the event. And I encourage all of you to go out there and sit down with a family member or a friend and enjoy a nice meal together. It will not only feed your body, but also your soul. Bye!